Here with reaction is Florida Congressman Corey Mills, member of the Foreign Affairs Committee, and Tim Kennedy, retired Army Special Forces. This is a wild, wild night. Congressman, let's start with you. That your party has been, fairly together on this, the Republican Party, but the Democrats, not so much. This moment, is it a reset for them, perhaps?
Well, I think it's an I told you so moment. They tried to claim that they were doing things that were unconstitutional, ignoring the Article 2, Section 2 war power and limited executive powers of the presidency. While I didn't support it and I'd like to repeal it, they also ignored that a lot of these members voted for the 0102 authorized use of military force, this AUMF, which is a direct abdication of our constitutional authorities under Article 1, Section 8 in Congress. Now, they thought we were walking into war with very thoughtful, very strategic, very accurate strikes that has eliminated the Iranian regime's $2 trillion spend on obtaining a nuclear weapon. And now they're seeing where this has led to a ceasefire. Again, as you said, Laura, correctly, this is peace through strength. This is our commander-in-chief, who is the negotiator-in-chief, who's being able to show time and time again that we can find a resolution that doesn't lead to boots on the ground.
Tim, and we're going to get into a little bit of this later, but we had Obama and, of course, we had Biden both say that Iran could not get a nuclear weapon. That would be disastrous for the region and for the world. Trump has seen this thing be playing out over years, and he just finally said, you know something, this is a moment. Yeah, it's a risk, but it's a risk we have to take now. There's no other opportunity. It's going to be better than this one. Talk about that moment on Saturday when the president had to make this call.
Yeah, I think it's ironic and honestly pathetic that there's been any sediment from the Democratic Party about this enriched uranium. This was American taxpayers, billions of dollars that were sent over by us, sometimes on pallets of cash to them. But this attack specifically on, what was formerly paid for by American taxpayers, these sites were so strategic and so incredible, where we had Middle America bombers take off from Missouri, fly all the way halfway around the world, and then hit very specific sites down, floors to floors of concrete underground, and completely obliterate the capability of not just the infrastructure, but the equipment necessary to enrich the uranium. This is a testament, and this is a type of diplomacy that the world's just not used to. President Trump is in office right now, and the diplomacy that we take is from a position of strength. He does not bluff. If the negotiation is going to happen, it's going to be from the position of power, authority, and the moral high ground, and that's definitely what we saw after the attacks this weekend.
And we also should point out that the B-2 bombers and this technology, this is 35-year-old technology. That's right. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, this was when I was a young lawyer, when this was first introduced, and we were sort of seeing the plane and how it was developed by Northrop. And now, all these years later, it's used, and President Trump was very clear. This has to be targeted, precise, and the mission has to be stated clearly. What was the mission? And in and out. He was very clear from that about that from the beginning. Tim, how important was that in maintaining public support, and will continue to maintain public support, frankly, regardless of how this goes over the next few weeks?
Yeah, I mean, look about the statement that was made to the world. We positioned some bombers in Guam, and everybody's looking over there. We're also saying we did not take the eye off the ball in the Pacific region. We still have the capability. We can do this anywhere in the world, from anywhere in the world. Obviously, this capability does not exist anywhere with any peer-level adversary. We have the bombs, we have the planes, we have the expertise, we have the intelligence. We went over there and destroyed, absolutely annihilated these facilities without any strike, without any plane taking off, without any knowledge that we were about to do it. That is the level of complexity and sophistication that the American military has, and it is just a projection of absolute power and dominance by the American military, unlike anywhere else on the planet.
We can never take our eye off the ball. We have to have our own unique technology that no one else can replicate. And this just in from Reuters, a senior Iranian official confirming that Tehran has agreed to a Qatar-mediated U.S. proposed ceasefire with Israel. Congressman, let's go back to you on this. again, they were ridiculing Trump just a few days ago, saying that he was, going to start World War III, that this was, this could end up as in a nuclear conflagration. And here now, Iran saying, basically, we give up.
Well, again, you have a president who has a backbone, who's been willing to show that if you push him to that level, he will take a decisive action. You've got a Secretary of Defense who actually breathes the warrior ethos and understands the capacity and capability of the greatest armed forces in the world. You had Iran, who thought that we were going to basically sit there and bluff. He thought that we were Obama, who was going to fly in pallets of cash and Swiss francs. He thought that we were the Biden administration, who was going to give him $10 billion in fungible assets, JCPOA, the failed nuclear strategy, and allow them to keep exporting oil. This president was serious. He has been since before his first administration about Iran not obtaining nuclear weapons. And unfortunately, Iran learned a very difficult 12-day lesson that they could have avoided by just coming to the negotiation table, which is what President Trump and our vice president had asked for from the beginning.
Congressman Tim, both of you, thank you very much on this breaking news night.
Thank you, Laura.
Huge, huge news for the country and, frankly, for the entire Middle East and the world.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.